Hey everyone, it's Kyle here and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Theta. I've been tracking Theta here since below $1 on this channel, so if you'd like to subscribe and join the party, please feel free to do so. And with that being said, I'd like to thank everyone that's been liking, commenting, supporting this channel. It has been a lot of fun bringing these videos to you. If you'd like to follow me on Theta TV, please visit the link in the description down below or the pinned comments. And if you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, links will be available for you there as well. Let's get on into the video. And starting off nice and simple on the 24-hour line chart on Coinbase, and we see Theta has begun the day with a little bit of a dumpy dump here and has been trading sideways ever since. We see Theta down 4.4% on the day, up 10% on the week, down 6% on the month, but holding on to a very nice 8,473% on the year. Very, very impressive. We see that the 24-hour volume is 474 million, so I would like to see that increase, but that's certainly not bad. That's a decent amount of volume for sure. And we see that the market cap is holding on to 12.1 billion. And stopping in at coin market cap, we see Theta still holding on in the top 20 and is currently ranked at number 17 and is trading at $12.17. And quickly dropping in at thetatoken.org, we see in 51 days and 17 hours is the launch of Mainnet 3.0, introducing tfuel staking and uptime mining. We see that hot off the press, Theta CTO Jai Long, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, presenting research at IEE International Conference on blockchain and cryptocurrency, and I do believe that is in Sydney, Australia. So, Robert Hartley, if you're watching this video, will you be there yelling at him from the crowd that Theta is Godzilla? If so, I'm going to want to see a video of that, sir, so make sure to post that. And here we have Theta up on the daily chart in TradingView, and somebody in the comment section was asking what software this is, and it is just known as TradingView, and it is free. I use a paid version of this, but you can use it for free, so I'll leave a link in the description as well as in the pinned comment section for anyone that would like to get familiar with TradingView. You know, if you're a complete beginner, the free version is all you're going to need. And down the road, if you do end up using a paid version, you might even get a discount by using the link I provide. It might even be an affiliate link. I have no idea, to be honest, but go ahead and use that link so you land on the right site, and then go ahead and get yourself set up on it, and you can draw these cool little purple box liquid zones and all kinds of neat stuff in here. So on with the analysis. So we have Theta trading basically dead center of the overall greater macro range, which is between these two liquid zones here. But I am beginning to like the posturing of this. I like how the candle bodies are now back above all major notable moving averages here, and they're opening and closing above them as well. A little bit of a Darth Maul candle there. And if you look right here, you can see that the 10 and 21 are getting ready to get through that 30. And overall, that's it's beginning to look like Theta wants to at least test the bottom side of that liquid zone there. And that is coming in around the $14 mark. So it'll be interesting to see, first and foremost, if Theta can grind its way up to that area. But it is looking that way. Dropping down to the RSI here, we see the RSI regaining the exponential in the neutral zone. And we see the RSI pretty much dead center of the neutral zone here, as price action is pretty much centered a little bit more to the top side of the range here, but the RSI has plenty of room to run if the bulls want to step in sometime soon here. Stochastics are looking for across the downside, but the daily candle just opened and still has 22 hours remaining, so certainly not an actionable signal there. But typically when I see stochastics aggressively get into the bullish control zone and then begin to swerve around like this, more often than not, the momentum resolves itself to the upside, and you do get that cross, and they do work their way up into this area here. So we'll just have to be patient and see what happens with that. And down below in the MACD, we are seeing a fresh bullish cross, which is visible right here. And a few, four bars of positive momentum being built on the histogram as the moving averages cross over that zero read of the y-axis back into the bullish control zone here. But I wouldn't consider that necessarily actionable, if you will. Like, it's not something I would trade for. Usually I look for a bullish cross when a liquid zone is resolved, but it is a good look on the board, and it is suggesting, implying that there could be a move at least to the bottom side of the liquid zone here, which would be overall quite nice. Being that this is overall bullish and that Theta is a good project, likely it's going to resolve this range to the upside. Right now, we do see a lot of people getting impatient through these really long consolidation periods, and I actually just talked about this on a Cardano video I put out just before this one, where you know, a good project will rip to the upside like this and go through this really lengthy consolidation, and usually the range is quite big. So I mean, anybody that makes a little bit of a boo-boo, sorry, 1 second here. Give me my price range. Anyone that makes a little bit of a boo-boo here and perhaps buys that wick, you know, they could see price retrace almost 55% here. And 1 second here. Call you back, brother. That's my bro Garrett. He's on his way over tonight. We're gonna have some hangs, some bro time on a Sunday. Anyway, yeah. So if anyone makes a boo boo and buys this liquid zone, could see their position go down 55%, and that's no joke. And that is not very much fun. I mean, people who are accumulating back in these areas here, it's really a nothing burger. It's no factor, as likely the name of the game is to hodl. But always keep in mind that when something begins to trend this way, the strategy must flip to buy the dip. And you want it. Wow, that rhymed by accident. Anyway, you always want to flip your strategy to buy the dip. You want to try to grab, areas where you can be a bit strategic about your buy-ins, because nobody likes sitting through that nonsense. Now, if you believe in Theta and this is a long-term hodl for you, not something that you're going to be really checking your phone every day or whatever, and you're thinking about holding this for 5 years, then really it's likely just a blip in the grand scheme of things, so long as the market remains bullish. Like, there will be a bear market at some point in time. Like, it's just how it goes. And when that time comes, usually most coins go through some pretty nasty corrections, but they do rise like a phoenix from the ashes at some point in time. So you just have to ask yourself, where do you stand with this? Do you want to buy dips? Are you going to be holding no matter what? Because things can get very, very volatile, especially in the alt sector. So you really have to be aware of that. Anyhow, if Theta does get up above this resistance of the liquid zone, so starts closing above the top side around that $15 mark, then it's very fair to start plotting in some upside targets here. And I'll go ahead and I did do this in a previous video, but we'll just do a little Fibonacci action from that wick high down to this wick low here on the weekly. And by the way, I do see this thing, candle body closures above the 10 weekly looking really good here. We see a fresh cross to the upside in the stochastics, and that the weekly just closed. That's confirmed. So that looks really good, actually. RSI, room to run. Sorry, getting sidetracked here. I like looking at those momentum oscillators. Anyway, now that we've plotted in some upside targets, come out here to a daily. Go like this. First area I'd be watching on, if it breaks and confirms this area of support, is going to be the one spot 414. Very common target for bots, algos, traders alike. And that's coming in around $19 and $19.50. And I don't think it would stop there. Perhaps it pauses there. So if you do see it pausing around the $20 mark, assuming it even breaks, I hate getting ahead of myself, but it is a bull market. Theta is a good project. This is likely going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball, but likely. Now, I would say the one spot 618 is another, midterm target to be paying attention to. That's around the $21.50 mark, and perhaps price action gets up to that area and kind of ping pongs between those two fib extensions. But for the midterm, before perhaps another area of consolidation like the one we're going through right now, is going to be the two spot 618 around $30, and then from there I'd like to reassess. But as you know, I like to take things level by level, because we really don't have crystal balls, and we never know when something crazy happens to the market. Like, we don't know. What if a solar flare hits the earth or something? Like, you can't really look that far ahead in the future. So I like to take things level by level. It keeps me balanced. It keeps me rooted. I personally not really into the hype. I like to keep things as straight across the board and verifiable as possible, as well. I do feel a sense of responsibility being here on YouTube. Obviously, it's not financial advice, but I have a long-term vision with this channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more with it. I'm also over on Theta TV. There's a lot more I'm going to be doing over there long term. It's not just going to be technical analysis, things like that. And so, just having as much experience as I do within the markets, I know that there's ebbs and flows, that they go up, they come down at certain points in time. And I know when those times come that I want to be remembered as someone that just gave it to you straight, didn't overhype things, and cause any major disappointments. I like to just take things level by level, step by step, manage my risk along the way, have a plan and a strategy and an iron gut. And that's just how I operate. And that's how I'll be presenting on this channel going forward. If I can verify something and it's not just some conspiracy about this or that, I'm happy to report on that. Absolutely happy to do that. But at the end of the day, you guys, Theta has a lot going for it already. Does it really need a bunch of hype to drive it up? In my opinion, as an experienced investor, I think it needs these cool off periods where it consolidates and frustrates people a little bit. I know that sucks and everything else, but at the end of the day, it's very, very healthy for things to have a cool-off period like we're seeing right now. It's building up pressure. We are in a bull market, likely to resolve itself to the upside. The more it builds pressure in these ranges as bullish reaccumulation, the stronger and more powerful the next moves will be. So always keep that in mind. People get really annoyed and frustrated in these areas here, and that's usually when I start paying the most attention. It's when things really get on my radar that there could be a big move coming sometime soon here. And of course, I don't have a crystal ball. That's why I always set conditions in. Now, with that being said, I like my downside conditions as well. If price action starts to close below these moving averages for whatever reason, likely it's going to tag that 55 down at $10.41. Getting below that 55, likely another test of the 89 coming in at $9. We do see that the 89 was respected right here as it was coming into confluence with that liquid zone. And of course, if it rolls over on any heavier, greater correcting, then I would probably be a buyer of the bottom side of that liquid zone at $7.36. Just like back here. Before this candle even came in, those that follow along with my channel know that I was saying that was likely a gift, likely a major opportunity to buy. And part of the reason why I say that, because it's very easy to manage risk off that area. So if had this candle closed below that, then I would have been reassessing that, going, okay, maybe I want to be just a little bit more patient. Remember, have a strategy, a plan. Always try to have as much as a plan as you know how to formulate for yourself. If you have a plan and you're able to answer key questions like, where am I going to be buying? What are my conditions to take profit? You are way ahead of most people that are investing in these markets. And make no mistake about it, some people like to call this a zero-sum game. I think it's not really a zero-sum game because you have to factor in exchange fees and the transfer between exchanges. So you're actually operating at a slight deficit. So it never hurts to have a bit of a plan. And remember also that when you do take profits, you're going to have a willing buyer on the other end to buy your bags off of you, which means if you somehow sell the top and price reverses, for you to win, others had to lose. So always keep that in mind. So it's never a bad idea to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, the plan's essentially to fail. Anyway, getting off the freaking soapbox over here. Really good to see everybody. Thanks for checking out the video. See you in the next one. And until then, have yourselves a powerful day.